and this day will come ever since the day you came.
Michael Eugene Archer, better known by his stage name Angelo, was an American musician. He first garnered attention after producing the single You Will Know for R&B supergroup Black Men United. Born February the 11th, 1974, Richmond, Virginia, United States. Died October the 14th, 2025, age 51 years. Music groups: Soulquarians, The Soultronics. Genres: Red B Soul, Dance. Electronic. Children: Imani Archer, Michael Archer, Morocco Archer. His debut studio album, Brown Sugar 1995, UK, was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America (RIA) and received widespread acclaim from music critics, who have credited the album for ushering in the neo-soul movement. His third single, Lady, reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Angelo then collaborated with artists such as Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, and then-girlfriend Angie Stone. His next album, Voodoo 2000, debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200, continued to receive critical acclaim. The album's lead single, untitled How Does It Feel, earned him the Grammy Award for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance, while the album itself won Best R&B Album. Following this period, Angelo became increasingly uncomfortable with his growing status, as this was followed by numerous personal struggles, including alcoholism, which resulted in limited musical output for several years. After over a decade spent mostly out of the public eye, he then released his third studio album, Black Messiah, in 2014. The album was met with critical acclaim and peaked at #5 on the US Billboard 200. The same year, Angelo was hailed as the next Marvin Gaye by GQ Early Life. Archer was born in South Richmond, Virginia, on February the 11th, 1974. His father was a Pentecostal preacher and was raised in an entirely Pentecostal family. Archer's musical talents were discovered very early as a child. He was 3 when he was spotted by his 10-year-old brother playing the house piano. After the formation of his native Richmond, Virginia musical group, he and Precise found success performing in the amateur night competition at Harlem, New York's Apollo Theater in 1991. The 18-year-old dropped out of school and moved to New York City as an attempt to develop his music career. The group previously enjoyed some notice in Richmond, evenly dividing their repertoire between soul covers and originals, while Archer accumulated compositions of his own and developed his songwriting skills. The group's turnout on amateur night resulted in 3 consecutive wins and cash prize, and upon returning home to Richmond, Archer was inspired to produce an album and began composing material. This took place after a brief tenure as a member of the hip-hop group IDU. Intelligent, Deadly But Unique, Career, 1995, Brown Sugar. At the age of 17, Angelo met Afropunk festival partner Jocelyn Cooper, who signed him to Midnight Songs LLC, her joint venture publishing company administered by Universal Music Publishing Group. After hearing a demo of the hip-hop group IDU, Intelligent, Deadly But Unique, which Angelo produced and rapped in. After signing, Cooper introduced Angelo to musicians Raphael, Sadiq, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, and Angie Stone to collaborate as songwriters. Cooper then introduced Angelo to Fred Davis, head of A&R, and Gary Harris at EMI Music. After an impressive audition, Angelo was signed to a recording contract in 1993. Cooper also introduced Angelo to attorney Kedar Massenberg, who helped negotiate his contract. Massenberg later became Angelo's manager. 1996-2000, Reduced Activity, and Voodoo. Following the success of his debut album Brown Sugar in 1995, Angelo became less active in the music scene and released limited solo work. After touring for 2 years to promote the album Brown Sugar, Angelo suffered from writer's block. Of the setback, Angelo later stated, "The thing about writer's block is that you want to write so fucking bad, but the songs don't come out that way. They come from life. So you've got to live to write." During this period, he generally released cover versions and remakes, such as a cover of the Marvin Gaye and Tommy Terrell duet song Your Precious Love with Erykah Badu for the soundtrack to High School High 1996. Angelo also covered Prince's She's Always in My Hair for the Scream 2 soundtrack 1997, as well as the Ohio Players' Heaven Must Be Like This for the Down in the Delta soundtrack 1998. He also appeared on a duet, Nothing Even Matters, with Lauryn Hill for her debut solo album The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill 1998. 2020 on a 2025 for Zoo's fourth album. On February the 14th, 2021, Angelo appeared on Instagram Live to announce that he would be performing at the Apollo Theater on February the 27th, 2021, in cooperation with the American webcast Verzoos. The event was billed as D'Angelo vs. Friends and featured no opponents. Instead, D'Angelo performed a solo set with shared performances with his peers and collaborators Keon Harold, Method Man and Redman, and HER, non-primary source needed, NGD par D. On June the 10th, 2021, Angelo performed at the 2021 Tribeca Film Festival in New York City for the songs of Red Dead Redemption 2. He performed his 2019 single Unshaken, which was his contribution to the game's soundtrack. Angelo performed as a guitarist and the lead vocalist with soundtrack producer Daniel Lanois, singer Rhiannon Giddens, and members of his band Angelo and the Vanguard, including guitarist Jessa Johnson and vocalist Jermaine Holmes and Charles Middleton by his side. In 2024, he featured alongside Jay-Z on the song I Want You Forever from the soundtrack to the film The Book of Clarence. In September 2024, Raphael Saadiq said D's in a good space, and that D'Angelo was working on a new album, Artistry and Influences. In a 1995 interview, he discussed the influence that musician Prince had on his approach to recording his debut album, stating, "I was one of those guys who read the album credits and I realized that Prince was a true artist. He wrote, produced, and performed, and that's the way I wanted to do it." According to D'Angelo, the hip-hop influence present on the album came from the Native Tongues movement tribe called Quest, Gang Starr, and Main Source. In a February 1999 interview with Music journalist Touré, D'Angelo discussed his original inspirations to produce music, stating, "The sound and feel of my music are going to be affected by what motivates me to do it." In 2023, Rolling Stone ranked D'Angelo at number 75 on its list of the 200 greatest singers of all time. Personal life and death. D'Angelo never married. In the 1990s, he dated soul singer Angie Stone. She was his muse for his Brown Sugar album, and he helped her produce her debut album Black Diamond, released in 1990. Angie Fash Daddy. Stone and D'Angelo had a son together, born in 1998. D'Angelo also had two other children, a daughter, born in 1999, and a son, born in 2010. Angelo died from pancreatic cancer in October 2025 at the age of 51.